Hey guys, thank you so much for coming on the rebroadcast. And for those of you listening live, thank you. You guys are in for a treat today. I have a lot to talk about, share. But for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Laura Verbich. I'm a lifestyle health and wellness coach. And I just want you to love you. So I learn things so I can teach you things about growing in self-love and growing in manifestation power. Because guys, you are the ultimate creator of your life. So thank you guys for getting on. If you want to share this with your friends, your family, your peeps, just swipe up, swipe left, click on share. You can share it on Periscope, Facebook, your Twitter. This is a topic that I really think a lot of people need to learn. Thank you guys for sharing. This is a topic that you guys really need to learn and that I'm always learning every day. So I don't claim to be an expert. I just claim to be a student and an aspiring teacher of this wonderful thing that is called our manifestation power. So thank you guys for coming on. So I'm sorry that I have not been on Periscope lately. I've been sick with a cold, and you just want to rest. And I've been away in Quebec City this weekend visiting my best friend and just like living life, but I'm here now. So I want to talk to you guys about how to make affirmations work for you and how to manifest everything you want in your life. So first of all, what is an affirmation? An affirmation is anything that you really say to yourself or about life. And we are constantly affirming ourselves. We are constantly affirming things in our life every single day, all the time. And a lot of the time, our affirmations are negative. So for example, if you're the type of person that wakes up and you think, oh my God, I'm so tired. I don't want to get up. I want to keep sleeping. I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to go to that meeting. I don't want to talk to that person. I can't believe I have to do this, that, the other thing. You're affirming things. You are doing affirmations all the time. And like I said, a lot of the time it's negative. So waking up in the morning and thinking that you don't want to be here, right? Sometimes we just feel that way. Or looking at yourself in the mirror and thinking, oh my gosh, is that my face? Like, what is up with all these pimples? That's something that I think with myself. I look in the mirror and I say, oh my God, all these pimples. But then I reel myself back and get into positive affirming mode. So don't feel guilty or bad that you're using your affirmations in a negative way, because sadly, that's just the way that we have been conditioned. That is the way that we have been raised, taught. But it's your job as a human being. It is your job, resources, I'm getting there. It is your job as a human being, and it is your job as the magician and ruler of your own life to stop putting blame on other people, to stop putting blame on society, on your parents, on your school, on your work, and on everybody else, and on yourself. Stop blaming people for your situations, your circumstances, and what you're thinking, and the way that your life has been. And it's time to reclaim that power, that magic that makes you an exceptional human being. You have been given this magic, this real magic wand. And that's your human mind, guys. Our human mind is our magic wand. And we can make it work for us, or we can keep going and making it work in a way that we don't really want it to. So here's a couple things that I have to share about affirmations and creating a life that you want. We need to stop. We need to absolutely stop thinking about all the things and talking about all the things that we don't want. We just have to. And we have to stop thinking and talking about all the things in our life that are just the way they are. We need to stop focusing on what is and what is wrong or what can go wrong. And we need to start dreaming and imagining about things the way that we want them to be, and the way that, the way that we want them to be, essentially. And some people might say that this is being delusional. Some people might say, hey, some people might say this is being delusional. Some people might say that this is being, delusional, or you're kind of like not living real life, when you're not thinking about things the way they are, or you're not expecting the worst. For example, I was sick, right? And I know that that's a lesson that I need to learn in affirmations. I know that that's something that I need to learn in creating my own life, is that I can get rid of my illness or stop it, or not allow myself to get sick again. I know that. And it's not being delusional. What's being delusional is thinking that this is just the way things are and there's nothing I can do about it. What's being unreal and what's focusing on things that aren't real is when you focus on all the things that you're unhappy with and all the things that you don't want, because that is not who you truly are. And that's not what is true about this world. This world is not a scary, awful place. It is, though, if you think it is. Whatever you think is for you. And the truth of the matter is, though, that you were created to be a creator, to be a co-creator with God, to be a co-creator with this universe, to create and magic that life into existence. So you know how some people, maybe even you, talk about how it's just the way it is. Like, oh, you know, I'll always be bigger. I'll always be, I'll never be thin or small, because that's just the way it is. That's just the way my body's built. That's just the way the genetics that my parents have is, and everybody in my family has been this way. And I will never reach my goal weight or get smaller or be healthy, or I'm destined to have diabetes because the rest of my family does. That's just the way it is. Or, you know, I'm working at a job that I don't really like. You know, I'm working a 9 to 5, I'm stressed out, I work overtime, and you know, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do about it. That's just the way it is. If that's the way you're thinking, you need to start changing that thinking, okay? Because that's not just the way it is. That's just the way you allow it to be. Truly, truly. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to negate the way that your life is. Maybe there is something that's wrong. Maybe there is an illness. Maybe there is something that you feel you have no control over, but I want you to understand that with the power of your mind, you have control to create and experience and grow and manifest anything. So how to make this work? The idea is, again, don't focus on what is and don't focus on what you don't want. I know it sounds easier said than done, but it really does take a little bit of discipline. So spending time in your mind and in your feelings. Are you feeling good? Then you're thinking good things, and that means you're manifesting good things. But if you're feeling bad, any variation of bad, angry, anxious, depressed, tired, uninspired, any of those feelings that don't feel really good to you, then you know you're not in the right flow. You are not, I screenshotted a note to myself, okay? That you are not in the flow. You are not in a magical creation of what you want. You know that because you're not feeling good. So that's an indicator, okay? And that is your first point of power. Right now in this moment, how are you feeling? Are you feeling anxious and tired and uninspired? If the answer is yes, you can change that in an instant. And how do you change that? This is how I do it personally. Whatever I'm feeling, I just take the opposite of that and I say it out loud. So if I'm feeling anxious about something that I need to get done today, if I'm feeling nervous about a meeting or a call, instead of affirming to myself over and over again, I feel so anxious about this call. You know, I don't think it's going to go really well. I'm really afraid that people aren't going to think well of me. I take that and I flip it. This call is going to be amazing. I'm going to inspire this person and it's going to be so great. People are going to love what I have to say. And I'm a great speaker. Take control of your own thoughts. Exactly. So our minds think unconsciously a lot of the time. Like we have something like 6,000 thoughts or something like that. Something crazy every single day. 6,000 individual different thoughts. And how many of those are exactly what you want them to be? Not very much, because if your life is going in a direction that it's always been going, or if things aren't happening in the way that you want them to happen, that means you don't have control of your thoughts, but you have the power to have control. So the first thing is knowing that you have the power to take control. The second thing is taking that thought that is going through your head right now and flipping it. Again, it's not being delusional. It's not, you're not focusing on the issue at hand. You are taking control. Because when you let your thoughts go crazy and you start to think about all these bad things, then something bad is going to happen, or the thing that you were fearing is going to happen. And you think that's not magical creation? Oh, like, I knew that was going to happen. I told you that was going to happen, is what you're going to say. But because you made it happen with your thoughts. Duh. It wasn't going to happen if you weren't thinking that way. So realize that. Realize that all of the things that you didn't want to happen that happened because of the way you were thinking. So if that's the truth, then you can stop that scared, irrational thinking in its tracks and switch it and make it something positive. Okay? So you can use your thoughts, your negative thoughts to your advantage. You can say, oh great, I found another negative thought. I made it home in time to see you live. Yay! So, okay, I found a negative thought. Yay for me. I found one. Okay? Good for you. You found it. You discovered it. You picked it up. Now, are you just going to put it back down into the ground and water it with more negative thoughts? Or are you going to dig it up, throw it away, pick a nicer, better, more beautiful, fertile thought that you actually want to grow and plant that in the ground and water it? Because affirmations are like seeds. You plant that affirmation and you water it every single day and every single minute with another affirmation of the same vibration, and it will grow, whether it's negative or positive. So it's your choice. Are you going to choose something negative? Are you going to stay in that negative thought and allow that to blossom? Or are you going to remove that out of your garden, take that weed out, and plant that beautiful flower and water it every day? Before long, those positive affirmations that seemed so delusional, they're going to start feeling real, because they are. They are truly who you are and what you are. You're going to start to understand that you're the magical creator and magician of your life. And you're really going to start understanding that every single thing that happens to you happens because of your thoughts. And a lot of the time we're focused on the past. And so the same things keep cropping up. And a lot of the time we're anxious about the future. So we create those negative situations or those whatever situations that we didn't want because we're living in fear. But when you consciously decide this fear is not real, the past is done and I'm done with it, and you consciously decide to plant seeds of truth and prosperity and abundance and happiness, then you'll start to see that your garden starts to grow with beautiful things and beautiful opportunities. And people will start looking at you and say, she's that magical one, or he's that magical one who makes things happen out of thin air. How is this person doing that? They have some sort of magic wand. And you'll say, I sure do have a magic wand, and so do you. And it's called my human brain. Okay? So that's what I want you guys to realize. Thoughts become things. Let me read you this beautiful little poem that I read today, okay? Whoever knew that the infinite power of the universe resides in me? It's a secret I learned only recently. My thoughts create things, and I really do hold the world in my hands. My world is my creation, an awesome gift, this creative power. Yet with it comes the responsibility to be a conscious and deliberate creatrix. The infinite possibilities of the quantum wave are collapsed by my focused, heartfelt attention. It's up to me to choose wisely. It's up to you to choose wisely. There's infinite possibilities, guys. Why do we keep choosing the ones we don't want? Why do we keep choosing the possibilities of the things that we don't want? It's a big question. You can ask yourself that. Why do I keep choosing all of the things I don't want? And now you have a choice. Now you know you have a choice. You can think all the things that you do want. You can take out all of the weeds from your garden and throw them away and have them be in the past and have them be a learning experience and have them be something that you needed to get to this point today. This is not to say that you will never have a negative thought again. This is not to say that you will never have a negative self-fulfilling prophecy happening again. But this is going to say that the next time you're worrying and then you see the product of your worry manifesting in front of your hands, whether it be an illness or a failure in life or school or business or relationships, if you see something negative cropping up into your life, you will be able to look at it and say, okay, cool. I created this. I know I created this because I know that my thoughts create things. And I know that this negative experience didn't come into my life randomly. It's because I manifested it. And you won't be guilty about it. You won't feel angry at yourself about it. You will take it as a learning experience. Whenever this happens, I say, as much as this experience sucks, I'm freaking happy that I figured this out. And I'm happy that I see this manifestation of my negative thoughts, because now I know for sure here is more proof that I create my reality. And from this truth and from this proof, I can go and create a better reality. I can plant a better feeling thought, and I can plant the seed, work to water that seed with more positivity. Right? People might think that you're crazy. People might think that you're delusional when you don't want to talk about negative things. I try so hard in all my relationships and all my situations to direct the conversation or the thought away from the negative. I try so hard. I try not to focus there, because I know that the more we talk about it, the more it's going to come up. And sometimes you need to get it out, and you can talk about it real fast, but then switch it over. Go think about something better. And if there's something that you're like infinitely worried about, don't even talk about it. If you can't even find a good thought about it, let it go. I give it up to God. I give it up to the universe. I give it to my angels. I give it to my higher self, and I move on. Here's a really magical thing, okay? If you're really worried about something, anything, okay, anything. If you're really worried about something and you can't even muster up the energy to think about the positive about it, or if it's really hard for you to affirm something positive about this negative situation and it feels super fake, and in the back of your mind, all you're thinking of, this isn't true, this isn't true, this isn't true, you're infusing this situation with more negativity, even if you think you're doing good. So forget about it. I'm telling you, forget about it. Go do something or think about something that makes you happy and makes you feel positive. By magnetic resonance, by magnetic resonance and by vibration, all of your happiness by thinking about something else will positively influence that negative situation and will resolve it. When you detach yourself from the thing that you're afraid of, all of the answers will come to you in time. Don't think, I'm forgetting about it, and 2 seconds later I'll get an answer. Allow yourself to completely detach and allow yourself to go to a place that feels good so that you can find the answer eventually when it's ready to come to you. Everything comes in its divine timing, and you're the creator. So once you start to remove those barriers away from you, all those negative barriers, you start to get rid of them, and you just cultivate a beautiful garden. You pull out all those weeds as you're cultivating this beautiful garden. More and more and more beautiful experiences will crop up quicker and faster because you've gotten rid of the weeds, because you've gotten rid of the poison. But it takes the time it's got to take. So it depends how much built up negativity and disbelief in yourself that you have. This might take longer, this might take shorter. And there's still going to be times when you will still find those weeds and you will still find that poison. But you will learn from it. And you will understand that life is a process and it's a journey, and there's no rush to get anywhere because it's a journey. There's no rush. There ain't no rush. Chill out. So resources. Someone asked about resources, about how to stop thinking this way. So first of all, Louise Hay. Check her out. She's got meditations and affirmations on YouTube. She's got great books about healing your mind and healing your life. Doreen Virtue as well has beautiful things. Dr. Wayne Dyer. These are some, I'm like a real big advocate for books. So Dr. Wayne Dyer, he has like 1 million bajillion books. You should check him out. Louise Hay has great books. Abraham Hicks. I really highly recommend books. Pull up YouTube affirmation videos and just have them playing in the background. Every day you should be watering that garden with positivity. How? Wake up, read a good book. Wake up, go in the mirror, talk to yourself nicely. Or wake up, put on some positive affirmations and listen to them. Stop watching the news. Stop watching negative TV. Stop watching things that scare you. Stop with the news stories that propagate fear. I'm not saying be ignorant, okay? I'm not saying be ignorant. Send love out to the places in the world that are filled with terror and fear, okay? That's real situations. But by you being afraid and bringing negativity to that situation doesn't do anything good for you and doesn't do anything for those people in fear or in terror and doesn't do anything for this world. We are healers, and the way that we heal the world is not by feeling sorry or scared, it's by sending love and by focusing on doing good. It's not selfish. When you water your garden, you make the world a beautiful, greener place. And that's what we need. We need you to be happy because your happiness shines out and changes the whole freaking world. Okay? And I'm working on a lot more resources, guys, to give you in terms of creating this life that you want. So I'm thinking ebooks, e-courses, YouTube videos, so many things, guys, that I want to create for you. So I hope if this is something, if this kind of stuff is like your jam, because it's my jam, this is my life mission. So stay tuned. I'm going to pick us a card, okay? So I'm praying over these cards. These are my angel prayers cards from Kyle Gray. He's also really great. So I'm just asking God and the angels to just give us a little bit of inspiration. What do we need to know today? What prayers, what angels do we need to focus on? And how can we learn? Aha. Okay. There's just some good ones. Where do we need to focus? Oh my goodness. All right. So lots of similar colors and themes going on here. So these are the 3 cards that I picked for us. Can you kind of like see a pattern here? So the first card that we have is Spirit Animal. Thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. If you guys don't know who your spirit animal is, you guys should find a meditation on YouTube to help you connect to your spirit animal, your power animal. Animals are egoless, okay? Animals are healing, and animals just love. Like, that's their mission on earth, is to love and to do what they do because they love. So connect to your spirit animal, connect to your actual animals. If you have pets, go out into nature and really connect with the animal kingdom and the plants, because this will make us realize that we are not one. We are not separate. We are all one. We are all together in this together. And you can connect to your spirit animal, like I said, in meditation. If you feel any particular attachment to any sort of animal, then you know that that is something, and you can explore that. The next card is Synchronicity. Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. So synchronicity comes up when I really feel like you're constantly getting the same messages, or you're hearing about the same author, or hearing about the same book, or seeing signs over and over and over again, like feathers or flowers, or you're hearing a song over and over again. Things that just keep cropping up. You have to take a look at that. And if you don't have that, or if you're not really understanding what it means, you can pray, you can meditate on it, you can ask your angels to give you clear and concise answers to what these synchronicities mean. And you can even ask them for signs and synchronicities. And then express your creativity. Thank you, angels, for helping me express my inner creator. We're all creative beings, whether you think or not. So asking your angels for help on how to express yourself, whether you write or paint or write poetry, or you sing or you dance, it doesn't have to be for somebody else's enjoyment. It just has to be for you. And I feel like getting out creativity really does help you see the synchronicities. And it really does help you become a more positive person, because you're getting all of that positive, beautiful momentum out. Like I said, you don't need to share it with people. It doesn't need to be something that you're going to be broadcasting, but it's definitely something that you want to express, because becoming in tune with who you are means that you are in tune with your creativity and your gifts and your talents. And if you don't know what they are, you can ask your angels for help, okay? And you can ask yourself for help, because you have all the answers. You know, I can inspire you. I can give you ideas. You know, you can find inspiration everywhere, but the true mark of an inspired life, I think, is going within and finding that place within yourself where you have all the answers. So let's do like a super quick breathing exercise, and I'm going to guide you through like a 2-minute meditation, okay? To help you connect and feel the synchronicity and find that purpose and creativity within you, all right? So just sit down comfortably, hands up. This allows you to receive, or you can open up your arms, like open up your arms. This allows you to receive as well. So hands up or arms open, eyes closed, and take a deep breath in. And out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. You are a creative being. You are an inspired being. And synchronicities come to you easily. And answers come to you easily. Breathing, just connecting into your heart center. Feeling the beating of your heart, feeling the pulsing of your heart in your fingertips, in your arms, in your head, in your chest, in your feet. Your body is breathing, and your heart is breathing, and your spirit is breathing. You are not separate from your spirit. You are not separate from me. You are not separate from this world. You are one. We are one together in this world. And whatever you desire is yours. Let's ask the angels for help. Thank you, angels, for allowing us to see us the way that you see us. Allowing me to see me the way that you see me, which is a perfect creation.